Hello guys, and today we are going to see about some typical maneuvers and strategic concepts involved in the Sicilian opening. Earlier we have seen the typical tactics of the Sicilian. Those who haven't seen, please see through my playlist. I have posted the typical tactical themes of Sicilian, and it is now time to focus on the typical maneuvers and conceptual ideas that often occur in Sicilian games. So, by taking note of these, we will be familiarizing with the Grandmaster's plans in this opening. The plans regarding piece trades and changes to pawn structure. In this way, should you no longer remember the theory, you can still find your way in and through the middle game. Top players may think of such theme as their bread and butter and recite them in their sleep, but it's something the lower rated players should not take for granted. By making this inventory of the development patterns and plans of strong players with both white and black, we will improve our own understanding and our mastery of this position type. So the position that you are looking on the board is one of the typical positions in the Sicilian, and it is a dragon. Looks like a dragon variation. So here, what is the concept that I want to reinforce is a standard attack against a fianchetto kingside setup is within the F4 system. A pattern emerges that if black develops his bishop to g7, most of the time white castles short here. So here white prepares bishop to from bishop d3, he puts bishop on d3 and castles short. Now he can attack with moving the queen to e1 here, and then putting the queen on h4, and then eventually putting the bishop that is on c1 on h6, which we can consider the standard formation and which is also known from the Pirc defense. Many pieces can be thrown against the black king's fortifications. The king's knight can go to g5, the knight on f3 can go to g5, and the other knight can try and swap itself for the knight on f6. So the other knight can be used to exchange the knight on f6 because it is the key defender, and the white rooks can be doubled with by lifting the rook to f3 and putting the a1 rook to f1, and also the rook on f3 can come to h3 to attack h7. So for example, here first black can take and he can take, and here the queen can come to e1, here he can, after black castles, here the queen can come to h4, and can put now after black plays say knight c5. Now either he can go with knight to g5, or he can put bishop g5, or even bishop to g6, I mean h6, sorry. And sometimes The opening arrives as like this, and after castling here, white may put back the knight to f3, and after I mean here white can go for even another setup. Now white can go f4, bishop g7, castle shot, and then after and then now he can go, knight can go back, and after e5, then white can put f5, or black may not even go e5, he can attack on now on this side b5, and now queen to e1, now knight c6, or knight can come to d7. Now white can put f5, and after queen to c7, queen to h4 comes, and now the idea is to put a knight g4 or bishop to h6. I mean knight to g5 or bishop to h6. These are the typical ideas for black. So this is what I want to say in this typical position. The here black can go g takes f5. If g takes f5, then e takes f5. Then after that, now black can go knight bishop to b7, or even knight c5 here, and now knight can go to g5, and now bishop to b7, or even bishop takes d3, c takes d3, now queen b6 check. So the game can proceed this way. So here g takes f5 is best move, and even bishop to g5 can come. Or I mean bishop to h6 is the main plan. Bishop h6, and after bishop takes, and queen takes. Now knight to e5, eliminating the light squared bishop. Now king to h1, and b4, and knight to d5, and knight takes d5, and e takes d5. Now f6, so these are the typical plans for white and black. in this typical setup. I hope you would have it would have been illustrative for you. I'll be meeting you with the next setup for black. Thank you all.